Ethereum versus Bitcoin chart. I mean, take a look at this. Let me do my Harry Potter cloak. All right. If Bitcoin does have even a baby bull trap, so which means a fake out to the upside before it goes down, if that were to happen, you need to realize that if you're short in this market and a baby bull trap, just a tiny one on Bitcoin happens to swipe some liquidity up high on Bitcoin before it goes down, Ethereum has the ability. So if Bitcoin were to do a 3% move up just for a fake out move, Ethereum has permission to do a 9%. It could easily triple it because it's racing up versus Bitcoin. So any move down on Bitcoin in general terms, if Bitcoin goes down 4%, Ethereum should go down like 3.7%. But to the upside, if Bitcoin goes up 3%, that's when Ethereum's going to make most of its gains. So when Bitcoin dominance goes up the hardest, that's when all of crypto is falling, including Bitcoin, right? The times that Bitcoin dominance flies up, it's mostly because Bitcoin and the whole crypto market tanks. But when Bitcoin goes down 10%, Matic will go down 30 and Atom will go down 25. So therefore, the dominance of Bitcoin rises. But the way Ethereum mostly is gaining on Bitcoin is through upside moves, right? So every downside move Bitcoin has, Ethereum will roughly match it. But the upside, Ethereum will outpace it. As this chart is as this is happening. Until this chart changes, that's the way it's going to be, right? So be very careful with Ethereum until the merge happens, and then this should get a little bit easier to trade. But be careful with Ethereum if you're trying to be short. Any baby bull trap on Bitcoin, you could get smoked real bad on it. And because so many other layer ones and layer twos that ride on Ethereum, they're trading with Ethereum. Just realize until the merge happens, you can get, and even though you're supposed to have a bearish bias in a bear market right now, especially after a nice 4.5% move down on Bitcoin on Tuesday the 6th, September 6th, just realize any move up on Bitcoin, 2%, 3%, you can get totally smoked on leverage with things that trade with Ethereum. Please be safe. All right, so let's dive into the short-term time frame Ethereum price action. For the midterm, just remember, for Bitcoin portion of this video, so if you, for the folks watching the recording of this, you need to watch my Bitcoin video from today because I fumbled through it. I apologize, but I just showed why the deal is sealed on Bitcoin hitting 14.5 to 15K over the month of September. It's like, it's sealed. It's just not delivered. It is signed, it is sealed, it's getting ready to be delivered. And I go over that. And so I'm not going to do the midterm timeframes and all the reasons why on Ethereum, but I'll give you some midterm timeframe, not price paths, but levels. But I'm going to more focus on the short-term timeframe to get you through this week because Jerome Powell will be speaking, and the volatility goes both ways. So if Bitcoin goes both ways on Bitcoin's up move of potentially 4%, 5%, Ethereum could do 10 to 12. So I want to show you how to be careful with this. I'm going to show you the range of reason of what could happen Thursday and Friday, particularly Thursday, September 8th. It could be real wild for Ethereum. All right. I typically prefer trading Ethereum over everything, but not with this merge stuff happening. All right. So I'm going to go to Ethereum chart versus the US dollar. And again, for new viewers, these are my origin lines, all these blue lines. And again, you're only going to find this on my channel, right? It's essentially, it shows you like a kid's coloring book where, how the color of candles can go between the lines, but it doesn't tell you exactly which one will be hit first or the path, the path to this line. It doesn't tell you the path. It just shows you once it gets there, that's when it can bounce type of deal, right? That's what the origin lines are from a macro and midterm timeframe standpoint over the weeks. All right. I'm taking two origin lines and essentially making a trading channel for now. It's a pretty loose trading channel, but this is one blue origin line and the yellow one. I turned it yellow because that's what's in play right now. But there are two middle zones that I created parallel lines for. So all I did was I drew over the origin line and brought it back, to where it made sense on a low time frame. And I think I used something like the 15-minute chart to probably the hour chart to dial into that. All right. So just realize that these horizontals on Ethereum, that's not really what's going to get price. All right. So if you zoom way in here, a lot of people will be thinking, oh, if it goes below this horizontal, then it's going to, break down. I think it'll break down earlier than that. If Ethereum, it can't stay above this ascending line, it might do a baby bounce only to get rejected by this, but this is not the level. The seal the deal down to this level here is this line. Am I making sense with what I'm saying? So in terms of falling off a cliff, it's not, I use horizontals a lot too, but the way Ethereum's trading, it's not a horizontal, it's an ascending, like it's just a trading channel that's horizontal, but it's tilted, right? And I want to make sure my sound check is on, make sure nobody is saying, hey, I can't hear you. Okay, we're good. I should have checked this a while ago. All right. So, what I could see happening on Ethereum is you probably need ascending lines. Like I really think so. And you can go ahead, and I'm on the 1 hour chart. This goes back to, let's say July 15th is here at this line. Let me make it a little thicker. If you want to try setting this up on your chart and you like Ethereum, I'm telling you. So July 15th to current price, that's July 15th. Try to, and you don't have to have origin lines, but just try to set it up similarly, right? And let me get rid of this horizontal, because I don't think it's going to matter. The cliff is ascending. All right. So pause the video, do whatever you want, whether you're watching or if you're watching the recording, pause the video, try to emulate this on the 1 hour chart. And again, this goes back July 15th. All right. Now, the way to play Ethereum in the short-term time frame is, once it goes below this ascending trend line, you're going to have a lot of people looking at this range from this wick up to this box. So a lot of people are going to buy here, but what I think will happen, it has a strong chance of happening, is they won't these people trading the horizontal won't realize the cliff was actually here. So they'll buy it up, and the bigger money that brought it to the below this line, to this line, they will sell into the retail rally. It's going to do probably a failure pattern above that line, and then it's going to come down. That is what I see for Ethereum. Let me make sure I'm getting the timing right on this. So this would be tomorrow night. That is too long. So it's, that could have been about right, but let's do it overnight. So boom, 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 leading into tomorrow, Wednesday. So this is Wednesday night. Actually, I could see it getting a little faster. I might have to, I'm on the 1 hour chart. That's why I need to be on the 15. Here we go. All right. So September 7th at midnight is here. Wednesday at market open is here. Okay. So in the meantime, I think that this bounce, what's going to happen here is Ethereum might come all the way down to this level, which I'll put a price tag on it. And then this line right here is market open. I think that's when you're going to probably see a failure pattern above this, and then maybe come back down like that. That's what I'm looking out for Ethereum. But this could be avoided if it doesn't go below that ascending line. If it stays above, that's not what's going to happen. So this is the case if Ethereum goes below, and let me put an exact price tag. So for today, to get you through like to Thursday, if it goes below 1562, it's coming, straight down to 1535. But there's going to be a lot of retail interest there, short-term time frame traders. They could create a failure pattern all the way back up to 1578 for Wednesday, and then she comes back down to accelerate. Are we seeing that? That is a price path that I see happening. But what might be just as likely as this, though, is that it holds that line. Even if Bitcoin goes down to the level I just showed you, I think it was 18.5. Yeah, 18.5. I think Ethereum could hold that line, because remember what I said earlier, when Bitcoin goes down 3%, Ethereum might only go down 2 or 1.5, 1.75. And Ethereum could stick that higher low as Bitcoin, because I feel fairly confident that Bitcoin's going to hit that level tonight or early tomorrow morning. But when that happens, keep an eye on this line. Ethereum could hold it, because that's why I started off with Ethereum versus Bitcoin. It's rising and it's breaking out, ready to almost make all-time high or recent time highs. So it could easily make a higher low as Bitcoin makes a new local low. All Are we smelling this? All right. So another, honestly, potentially just as probable price path to get you through the next 24 hours is it sticks that's landing and then takes out this local high, maybe comes all the way up to this area. That's 1608. You know, and just kind of hovers somewhere in the middle for tomorrow's market open, which is this green line here. That's tomorrow's market open, 9:30 a.m. And yeah, so it would probably, if it does stick its landing, it'll probably want to take out liquidity above this wick. So I'm on the 15-minute chart. It'd want to take out liquidity above this wick here, because if it does bounce from that line, it's gonna want to go. The bots are going to want to go grab people's money and retail on exchanges. So it'll go above 1609 if it sticks that landing. So be careful. Shorting Ethereum right now into the merge with it breaking out versus Bitcoin. It can be really, really tricky. So I'm going to make this price path red and one green. I need you to be prepared for both. And if you're pissing around with your money, again, nothing on my channel for YouTube is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I want you to be prepared for these two levels, or for these two price paths to play out. All right. Now, if you're trying to be bullish, just realize I don't see Ethereum getting over this in the next 24 to 48 hours. So this, not financial advice, profit taking just around 610, 6 to 618 maybe. Swipe above this area to take out people with. There's probably, if you put on a heat map, that's where it's going to be. Everybody's going to be hiding their stops there. That's why I feel that I don't need to use heat maps and the liquidity bubbles, because I can already see where it is. I already know where the liquidity is, right? I can tell. I just know where people are placing their stops to a certain degree. So I just realized that's probably a pretty good profit taking area if you're trying to, because I don't think Ethereum's going to do anything fantastic. If you're trying to be long and you're bullish on Ethereum, just realize I don't think that's realistic, but I think this is realistic for your bullish case for this week. All right. And that should get you through Thursday. And if you want a more midterm time frame outlook, just realize that this yellow line is going to be hit on Ethereum most likely in September. I'm not going to give you price paths because I just covered the price paths for Bitcoin. It could be drastically different, but in the month of September, because the deal is sealed and signed but not delivered yet on Bitcoin, that the next origin line down, which the equivalent of that is this yellow line on Ethereum. It already, look, this line's been here for like over a year easily on my chart. Look where it came down to. Within 0.1%, right? Like these lines work. And that's where it got the bounce. But it's going to hit that line again this month because Bitcoin is signed sealed. And, if Bitcoin makes lower local lows, Ethereum honestly is set up to make a higher low, folks. Because this would, especially if it happened before the merge. Now, something to watch out for, though, is I'm going to wrap Ethereum up with this thought, very important. Because this month, it's signed, sealed, but not delivered, that this will be hit. Just realize, if Ethereum is hitting this line anywhere close to the merge date, which I think might be the 10th or the 16th, or whenever that is, if it is a buy the news or buy the rumor, sell the news, and Ethereum's down here, if the sell the news does play out, it's gonna accelerate down fast. Very fast. If those two moments happen simultaneously. If the sell the news plays out and it has already bounced off this level or hasn't gotten to this level, it's hanging out, somewhere over here around 1560, it might not accelerate quite as fast. It would take probably 3 to 7 days to play out because you would need to go below the yellow line, use it as resistance, break the local low, and then accelerate. It would add several days. But if the merge happens as Ethereum is somewhere close to like 1466, okay, somewhere close to 1470, and the merge has happened, you need to watch out. That's not a time to go 100x short. Cosasverdes said, don't do that. But I just need you to be prepared for that. That's the only midterm thing I want you to be aware of, because they could coincide perfectly and it would create a very, very, very aggressive sell-off. All right. And that's Ethereum. Hopefully stay safe, because you can get screwed to the upside on Ethereum if you're trying to be short. I cannot stress that enough.